Hey, what's up, people? So I got this report today from this so-called psychiatrist doctor that I saw on October 12th, 2023. All right. First of all, she's a fucking liar. She needs to get her license pulled. Everything she says in here, she went by police reports, and that's it. First of all, let me explain something to you. The appointment was at 11 o'clock. I got there. I was there on time. I even called her office. And the lady says that she'll be a little bit late. Her secretary says she'll be a little bit late. All right. And so what happened was, this is what she did. Okay. So they put me in a room at 10:05, 10:10 in the room, in the conference room at the courthouse. Okay. And as I'm watching the squirrels out the window and stuff, you know, and how cold it's going to be, and I felt it was going to rain and stuff, because my leg and my head hurt so bad when it starts going to rain and snow, right? So anyway, she comes in, sits down, she introduced herself and everything, and I asked her, "What do you want to know?" Asked me, "Where was I born?" You got to be more specific about the question. So we go through that little thing there. Then we go through my marriage and stuff. And this is what the interesting thing is. She says here on the police, on some report that she claimed that she found, because she's going by reports. She ain't going by what I'm saying, okay? She's going by police reports, okay? First of all, let's get one thing clear here. This doctor's a fucking liar, all right? First of all, this is the police report from January 6, 2020, when my wife put me in the hospital and they found out that she had HIV, high-stage HIV. Police report was made, okay? Then in the clinic, of Apple Valley Clinic, the nurses were real beautiful there, man. The emergency nurses were real beautiful there, all right? Here's a report where the Apple Valley Clinic called the Apple Valley Police for domestic violence on Mr. Malillo. Repeat, for domestic violence on Mr. Malillo. The head nurse at Apple Valley Clinic cleaned him up, ordered them to take him to the hospital because Mrs. Malillo has HIV stage 3. Okay? Mr. Malillo got scratches, bruises, and blood all over his neck, his face, and his mouth. All right? Now, this is from Apple Valley. This is from Apple Valley. Apple Valley police officers faxed everything over to the Faribault Sheriff's Department with the statement from the DA, charges must be filed against my ex-wife. Charges has to be filed. She knows that she's not supposed to hit or try to kill anyone, assault anyone when she knows her condition. It's from the Apple Valley Police Department. They sent pictures and everything over to the Faribault Police Department. They claim they never got them. This doctor's a liar. This psych doctor is a liar, because she's going by what she wants to go by. And she says Mr. Malillo never filed charges or anything else or complaint against the assault on him. Yes, I did. So what records is she going by? That's what's so funny. Here's this right here. Apple Valley Police Department. The sheriffs didn't charge her because they told her because, well, you're a woman and he a nigga. So they didn't want to charge her with attempted murder. Okay? So then, if this lady is only going by what reports say, she is no psych. She needs her license revoked immediately. Immediately, because she is, the attorney when they got it a copy of this, they looked it up and stuff, and they go, what the hell is she talking about? Let me see. She came in at 10:15. It ended at 12:20. I got downstairs at 12:39. I called Terry Watkins and told him what happened. She didn't talk about nothing with me. Oh, she did 4 things in numbers, like 3, 4, 6, 7. I had to repeat, count them backwards. And then she did it again with different numbers, count them backwards. And then she did it again real fast with different numbers for me to count them backwards. Who the hell is going to know how to count numbers you saying real fast backwards? I mean, come on. I couldn't sit down because of my leg. I was in a lot of pain. So let's see. That's not even the 7 hours or 6 hours you're supposed to go under a psych evaluation under no circumstances. But yet the state pays these crooked motherfuckers. This doctor's name, I'm going to spell it for y'all because I can barely see it because of my right eye. This doctor's name is Stephannie. Last name Pruss. And she's supposed to be a psych. PSY.DLP. She don't need no license. She's going by police reports. That doesn't make no sense. And which the judge was in violation of my constitutional right, the 5th and 14th Amendment and 15th Amendment, because they cannot order a psych evaluation under a federal judge that they try to remove, that they try to do the same shit under John Adams. It's unconstitutional. Violates their constitutional rights. Then she says here that I said, I've seen you before. I've seen a picture of you before. I couldn't remember where. And then it was coming to me. Oh, you look just like the person in the pictures of my ex-wife that she keeps all of these old pictures of people she went to school with and friends and all of that. That's what I said. That's what I said. Now, mind you, it's going on 12:10 p.m. I got there at 10 o'clock. Got in the room at 10:05, 10:10. Got in the room. Let's say 10:10. Got in the room at 10:10. She comes in at 10:20. Okay? a.m. She comes in there at 10:20. All right? From 10:20 to 12:20, it ended. It ended. She makes her so-called psych evaluation off of documents. Then she says here that Mr. Melillo claims that his ex-wife assaulted him. She did. She put me in the hospital. All those years married, I didn't know she had HIV until she got sick in Minnesota. She tried to kill me twice. It's on reports. Apple Valley Police Department, they made their report. The hospital made their reports and everything else. So how the fuck can this woman turn around and say he claims when it's documented proof? This doctor needs to be, matter of fact, there was a case that's under investigation and appeal because of this doctor. Because of this doctor, this so-called psych evaluation doctor. She needs to be put in jail with the rest of the criminals. Lose her fucking license. We didn't even talk. I told Terry and I had my recording on everything that she was saying to me. She didn't ask me nothing. I came out. This is what my life is. This is where I was born at. This is where I was raised at. And the funny thing, when I got put on fire, dude, when I was a child, the motherfuckers had sheets on their heads, KKKs. Okay? Okay? Okay, and that's what I told her. So what she put in there is fucking bogus. This is how the Minnesota court system works. This is how they work. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Emergency, Apple Valley Clinic, 1/6/2020. Apple Valley Nurses Department. Domestic violence abuse of Mr. Melillo. Mr. Melillo walked into the clinic very upset, stating that his wife cannot take it no more because his wife is beating him up. His wife is beating him up. The nurse, the head nurse there noticed that Mr. Melillo had blood on his face, his neck, and in his mouth, and in his and towards his eye. There it is right there. The head nurse immediately called Apple Valley Police Department. They came, they took the information. It was related to the Faribault Sheriff's Department. Pictures and evidence is right there. Mr. Melillo was beaten, assaulted by his wife. Okay, by his wife. Apple Valley Police Department put out a bolo on the other vehicle to see if it's in the vicinity. If it is, we could take her into custody for assault on Mr. Melillo and domestic violence. Okay, they put a bolo out on the other car. Okay, on the other car. All right, right here, right here, right here. And this lady, this so-called psych, turned around and just committed fraud on a medical doc. What the? Minnesota loves fraud. Minnesota loves perjury on medical documents too. I'm reading this and I'm calling up Terry. I said, dude, pull up those records, man. Look what the fuck this lady wrote is untrue. And Terry said, yeah, you wasn't even there, not even an hour, not even 2 hours. I said, yeah, I wasn't even there 2 hours. Got there at 10 o'clock. Matter of fact, got there 4 minutes to 10, got the elevator, went upstairs, went to the desk. They put me in a room between 5:10, 10 after 10. They put me in a room because I walk slow. All right? I walk slow. All right? I was in a lot of pain. My leg was hurting. My head was hurting. It's a lot of pain. She don't get there because her secretary calls me, says she's on her way. She's running late. Okay? Got that call from her. Pulled it up on my phone. I got that call at exactly. And first I called to let them know I was there. Okay? And that was at exactly 9:42 a.m. I called the office, said I was there at the courthouse, waiting on her, downstairs, smoking a cigarette, you know. Then I went upstairs. All right? Then they called back and said she's on her way, she's running late. Okay? I'm already in the room. I'm looking at the squirrels running back and forth. All right? It's windy and cloudy. I already know it's going to rain. My head hurts. My leg hurts. I know a storm is coming. Okay? She comes in, opens up a computer, one of those little computers and stuff, whatever. She introduced herself. I said, I don't shake women's hands. I never shook. I don't shake nobody's hand, really. I just don't believe in it. I think it's very disrespectful, especially if you're going to shake a woman's hand. That's very disrespectful. I've never done that in my life, all right? So I asked, I said, what do you want to know? What do you want to know? From New York, was a kid, got put on fire when I was a kid by Klansmen with white sheets over their fucking heads. My mom and dad is dead. What the fuck do you want to know? What do you want to know? You know? And asked about marriage. Marriage was beautiful until November 2019 when she started hanging out with the same individual that keeps calling the police ever since she helped move my wife out, helped my wife clean the bank accounts out and everything else, you know? And that's what I said because I know what I'm saying. 1,000% true. So then she throws these numbers. Now, mind you, this is supposed to be a 6 to 7 hour psych evaluation. Okay? And she got on here shit that she took off of records. That's what she got on here. Shit that she took off of records. Okay? And she took off of records. Mr. Malilla went to emergency room demanding for a evaluation of allegation domestic violence. Bitch, that's no allegation of domestic violence. It was domestic violence. You see how white people lie. And this lady could be sued because she lied. She literally, this doctor, Stephanie, whatever, she lied. She fucking lied in her report. And here's the evidence. Here's the evidence. What that say right there? Domestic violence on Mr. Malillo. She lied on her report. Just so the judge could deny me my constitutional rights to represent myself. She lied on her reports. Not only did she lie on her fucking report, okay? She even lied for the deputy's reports. I'll give you an example. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Sue Johnson contacted the sheriff's department in Faribault. Faribault Sheriff's Department, we don't got nothing to do with that. He didn't violate nothing about YouTube's policies whatsoever. Then she contacted another sheriff's department, okay? Which each sheriff's department is in each jurisdiction, all right? Steele County, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Point blank. Then she contacted Sybil County Sheriff's Department. Then all of a sudden she spoke with a chief deputy, supposed to be a chief deputy, Joshklein. All right? All right? Because I said, now this person's been harassing me since I filed for my divorce and put that bitch out the house. All right? Yet this doctor comes up with a totally different story. And this is the doctor's name. And if any attorney is fighting against this doctor, y'all need to get her license pulled. That's her name. That's her name. She just lied on a fucking report. Once I told her I was Muslim, she ended all conversations with me. She walked out the door. I immediately called Terry Watkins and told him what happened. She walked out the door as soon as I said I was a Muslim. I showed her my wedding picture because I kept it that I was the happiest man in the world being married. I was the fucking happiest man in the world of my marriage. I treated my wife like a queen. And then all of a sudden, she didn't want me to open the door for her, pull out a chair for her, hop on with her coat, light a cigarette for her. Started November 19th, 2019. And this lady just fucking she put everything in police reports. Everything from police reports. And then she... See, this is how stupid people are. I keep every fucking thing. I keep everything. Every fucking thing I keep. She says there was never no report for domestic violence against my wife. There it is right there. There it is right there. Police report was made in Apple Valley, Minnesota. Okay? They said since they cannot do nothing to her because you live in a different county, it got to go through the sheriff's department. There it is right there, Apple Valley Police Department. And she says no report was never made. How can this racist thing lie like that? God damn it, I forgot. There's that word again. Because she can. For the courts. She can commit conspiracy, corruption, falsified documents, and everything else. Then she says, I wasn't paying attention. I talk good here. I was talking good there. All of a sudden, at all of these years, all of a sudden, I'm supposed to be crazy because I want to represent myself, which the constitutional right says I got, and I got the right to cross-examine every motherfucker that accused me of a crime. I have that constitutional right. I got the right to call you racist motherfuckers. I got the right to call you bitches, cunts, hoes, whatever. I have that constitutional right. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it, but this motherfucking lady just caused her ass a medical investigation because she never asked me anything she put in there. Only thing this lady did was count these numbers. It was like a roll of 6 different numbers that she came out with 4 times. And then I asked her to repeat number 3 and 4 for me because she said it so fast. I can't hear out of this ear. And I told her. I don't hold like this, you know? This fucking so-called psych doctor is a fucking liar. Is a fucking liar. Is a fucking liar. She took everything from reports and she put in there what she want to put in there. Okay? That's the family. That's the funny thing. All right? And she lied. She completely lied. She said, well, he said he lived in California for the time before moving to Minnesota. No, that's not true. I never said that. I'm going back and forth. I never said that. Okay, I never said that. Okay? And he is living in an independent and all of this stuff. Education history is unknown. He mentioned has taken law classes at courses, which I did. Took law classes, which I did. I took law classes. And now I'm doing the same thing in Minnesota. Learning the laws of Minnesota, how crooked and the constitutional rights is. You see? Partially blind in his right eye. That's true. Can't hear that good out of his his right ear. That's true. You know, that's true. You know, never used drugs, never drunk alcohol, never used drugs, never used alcohol. Never in my life. Never in my life. I'm a poster child for Tylenol extra strength because that's all I take is Tylenol extra strength. Nothing else. I don't take no propane, no whatever the hell you call that other thing. If I can't find extra strength Tylenol, just extra strength Tylenol, I don't get it. That's all I take and buy is extra strength Tylenol. That's it. Nothing else. Except my high blood pressure medication and this other medication the doctor put me on. I don't even like taking that, you know, because I don't like drugs. Never did, never will. I don't drink. Cowards use drugs. Cowards drink. Cowards carry guns. Okay? All right? He also mentioned blood pressure. I even showed the medicine I was on because I took the medicine. That was one thing Terry said, take your medicine up there so they know what medicine you take. I even took that there. But that's not in here. You see, that's not in here. This lady has never done, and even Terry said, they go between 6 to 7 hours. But this is odd for that lady, for that doctor to end it less than an hour and a half. What happened? I told him what happened. I said, and then as soon as I said, she saw the picture, she goes, what are you? I'm Muslim. That's when everything stopped. That's when everything stopped. She closed her computer and walked the hell out. That's when everything stopped because I said I'm Muslim. That's when everything stopped. And that was exactly 12:20 p.m. I got out of that building at 12:39. I was waiting on the elevator. to come. Call Terry. Text Terry. 12:39 p.m. on 10/12/2023. And this is what I said to Terry. Here it is right here. I text Terry Watkins. He says, oh, yeah, that's right. Your appointment is today. I said, yes. Good luck. Thank you very much. I said to Terry, okay? On 10/12/2023, okay? I even gave Terry the name of the doctor that I'm supposed to see, all right? We looked it up. There's a case pending right now in the appellate court about this doctor, okay? And I called the clinic that morning on my way there because it was windy and stuff, and I was in a lot of pain, all right? So now, here it is right here, okay? Here it is right here. Let me see. Here it is right here. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I know I'll be fine. However, it does sound weird. You mean to tell me your appointment was at 10 a.m. and you got done at 12:39? I said, Terry, I got done at 12:15 to 12:20 because it takes time for the elevator and time for me to walk outside. I just text you at 12:39 p.m. That is weird. There's no way in hell that this doctor did a full psych evaluation or evaluation period. Call me. I said, okay, Terry, I'll call you. Hey, Terry, that meeting was from 10 a.m. to 12:39. Terry, that meeting was from 10 a.m. to 12:39. The doctor did not get there. I got into the room at between 10:10, 10:15. They took me to the room. I walked slow. You know that. Okay? She did not come in until about 10:30. All right? Let's give it 10:30. Okay? I just got done, and here it is, 12:39 p.m. Wait, you just got done? Yes, Terry, I just got done. How is this possible when a psych evaluation takes between 6 to 7 hours? I do not know, do not understand whatsoever what this doctor did. All I know is I showed her my wedding picture. That's a beautiful picture, she says. And then she looked at me, I am a Muslim. That's when all conversation stopped. She closed the computer and walked out the door. Said she's done. That's what the doctor did. Wait for the elevator, got on the elevator, got downstairs because there was no signal upstairs to text you or call you. Here it is, 12:39 p.m., done, over with it. That is the weirdest and unprofessional, unethical thing for a psych to do. Now, I text Terry today. Hey, Terry, I got the weirdest report from this doctor, basic or whatever the hell. Okay? Stephanie, whatever. Secure, whatever her name is. And it's nothing in there what we talked about. She took everything from police reports, and this is the funny thing. She is so corrupt and so biased and hateful in her heart against guys that she put in there that I've never filed a report for domestic violence up on me. Terry goes, but you did file a report for domestic violence. She's using all reports from sheriff's records, not from nobody else. How is that possible? And that's what she puts in her statements. Make copies and send it to me. Okay, I'll make copies and send it to you. I got to read this. Yeah, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. This doctor should lose her fucking license automatically because she just committed perjury and lied on a fucking medical examination report. Yes, she did. You still have copies of everything? Yes, I do. From 1/6/2020, and when I was admitted in the hospital, because they cleaned me up from all of the blood and stuff that happened when my wife beat my ass, when I never laid a hand on a woman. Laid a hand on a woman. All right? Then I text back, call me as soon as you finish court, Perry, because I got to figure out how to send this to you. You know I'm not that clean on how to copy stuff from phones and all of that stuff. Okay. I'll call you when I'm done with court. This doctor just lied on her report whatsoever. I forgot. There's that magic word again. She's white. So she could lie on me and put false allegations in this report. She lying to her husband or her boyfriend. Point blank. See, I didn't even expect all of this, you know? But when she started saying there's no report whatsoever that was ever filed about domestic violence on Mr. Melillo, oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Apple Valley Police Report. And Apple Valley Police, what is so ironic is that Apple Valley, that officer that spoke with me, that female officer and the guy officer says, you're going to have problems, sir. Because one thing about the Faribault Sheriff's Department, they love locking motherfuckers up, not the women, though, on domestic violence. They love filing false charges of domestic violence on the guys out there. They love it. We seen it all the time, you know. We seen it all the time. And those officers, those Apple Valley police officers are the best officers that I ever seen in my life because they said, Mr. Melillo, I'm sorry to tell you this, but my superiors and the DA wish you was in this county, but since you in that county, we can't do nothing. But we did put a bolo out on the other car of your wife, all right? And if she is even in this vicinity, she'll be picked up for domestic violence. I said, thank you. And the lady officer says, don't go home, man. Don't if you don't have to, don't go there. You know, because we don't have no jurisdiction in Faribault County. You know, so I don't know what you're gonna do. You don't got no family out here? I said, no, I don't got nobody out here, man. Just the only family I got is my wife. That's it. But this got to stop. I'm tired of her assaulting me. I'm tired of her taking my leg. I'm tired of her lies. I'm tired of all of this now. But now this even make it stronger because I never knew that she was a stage 3. Now this makes it even worse. The doctor had put all of these fucking tests on me and stuff. And I'm terrified of needles, you know. So now I know how this bitch just lied on me. Yeah. Now I see how this fucking lady, supposed to be a psych, just lies on defendants. On defendant. Now this fucking lady going to get on the witness stand. I'm going to subpoena her ass and she's getting on the witness stand. Okay? She's getting on the witness stand. How are you going to take something from police reports, but yet you claim that there was never no domestic violence report filed? There's a domestic violence report right there. Right there. This report was filed on 1/6/2020. Apple Valley Police Department. It was filed. Then it's the best part. This is from the supervisor of Apple Valley Police Department. The following. The report was faxed with everything from pictures to photos, and the nurses and doctors' reports was filed to the sheriff's department, and it was requested for them to file charges against your ex-wife. I'm just gonna put ex-wife. All right. This right here, everything was filed to the Rice County Sheriff's Department in Faribault, Minnesota. Phone number at 507-332-7200. 6003 on 1/6/2020. And they claimed all that time that they never got the report. They lied and said they never got the report. That's what they lied on the Apple Valley Police Department, that they never got the report. They never got the report. When that supervisor, I don't know what you call him at the Apple Valley Police Department. I'll just say supervisor. When that supervisor spoke to me, he couldn't believe it because he pulled out proof, phone records from them. And the best thing he did, he typed it all up. It was sent to Apple Valley Police Department twice. I mean, Fairbolt Police Department twice. Twice. They even faxed it again on 5/15/2020. That's the funny thing about it. All records and photos of your injuries of domestic violence against you, Ms. Malillo, all police reports and evidence was faxed to the Sheriff's Department in Fairbolt, Minnesota at 507-332-6003. Rice County Sheriff's Department in Fairbolt, Minnesota. That's what it says. So somebody tell me, how can this doctor lie on her report for the state? How can this doctor lie on her report for the state? Now, I just got finished seeing my dentist. This dentist, I had no problem speaking. I see my doctor all the time. I have no problem speaking. So to you, you saying I had a problem speaking. That's bullshit. I don't have no problem with speaking. None whatsoever. I got the fucking right to defend myself. I got the right to call a person out a liar and challenge their fucking decisions. I got that fucking right. You are a liar. You filed false documents. You did not do no investigation yourself. You going by what those people are saying. You ain't going by what other police departments said. You just lied. And I have the evidence, and I'm glad I keep shit. I keep every fucking thing. It's funny how this fucking doctor just lied on me in a report. It's so fucking funny how this doctor lied on me on the report. It is hilarious. It is funny how this doctor lied on a fucking report. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it at all. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Eventually said as Stephanie.
Stephanie.
It'd be fine in English to say it as Stephanie.
Stephanie. That's how you say her name. I could barely read it because this eye is really, really bad. Stephanie Bruss. Bruss. Psych.D. Then it got LP. Oh my God, man. These motherfuckers are something else, man. These motherfuckers are something else, man. This lady, she lied in her whole report, dude. You know, and that's what gets me. What I'm mad about is don't lie. Just be fucking straight up. Don't be racist. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just be real. Just tell the truth. If this person, she gets clients from the state, so she works for the state. She is there. She is the state is her pimp, so she gotta listen to what her pimp tells her to do. Okay, the courts is her pimp. Period. So she gotta obey what they tell her to do. Period. That's the bottom line. We all know what hoeing and pimping is, and that falls in the same fucking category. No matter what, you're that hoe, and that's the bottom line, whether you like it or not. Okay, but you just lied. You just committed fraud. And there was a case that, oh my God, I wish I could find it, but I found it before about a ruling of a psych evaluation. And matter of fact, her name was on it where the attorneys was fighting about what she did. Okay. And it's the same thing that she did to some other person in Minnesota, she did to me. But the difference about that is that she wasn't there with me that long. So you mean to tell me for an hour and 30 minutes, well, let's give it an hour and 45 minutes, you know the person. We didn't speak about nothing. We didn't talk about nothing. Nothing. I came straight out. This is where I was born. This is where I was raised. Blase, blase. This is what I got away from. I don't understand why this bitch ain't in jail for attempted murder on my life, not once but twice. That was it. Then she ran numbers to me. You know, say these numbers this way. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, then she mixed some other numbers up. Then she mixed some other numbers up. Then she mixed on the fourth time. She was going so fast I couldn't even hear the fucking numbers. You know, but meanwhile, I'm like this. As a matter of fact, it'll show it on the video because there's video cameras in that room. Show it on the video because there was a camera in the corner. Show it on video. You know, show it on video. And so then I said, well, you look so familiar, like, you know, I've seen your picture somewhere before. And then it hit me. It was with my wife. She got all of these old pictures of people she went to school with and worked with before in Minnesota, Burnsville, St. Paul, Minnesota, all kinds of places in Minnesota, right? And that's all I said. And then I turned around and said, oh, you don't know her? So I pull out my wedding picture. I keep that to my heart because that's the first time I've ever been married. Ain't nothing else about it. That was the first time I ever been married. I was the happiest man in the world. I ain't gonna lie about it. That's the first time I ever been married. Picture was taken on December 8th, 2001. 2001. December 8th. I got mad with the courts because the divorce supposed to have been final on December 8th. They crossed out December 8th and put December 9th. You see, that's what the courts did. They put one date and then crossed it out and put another date. So they tampered with court records again. I filed a complaint. Oh, the courts can do that. The courts can tamper with court records and divorce records. The courts can do that. No, they can't. That's a government document. No, they can't. They can't cross out it and then put another date and year on there. But that's what the courthouse in Sibley County does. That's what the clerks do. That's what they do. You see on my court document, then I filed on there confidential. Okay? Then they've been coming by this way. Nobody knew this address. Nobody. The only person that knew this address was the attorney that got it from me. Kept this address private. Nobody knew shit about this address. Nobody knew nothing about me. And they still don't know nothing about me. Even this fucking doctor don't know shit about me. Nobody knows nothing about me. My life is private, but now I'm mad because, again, you committed fraud. You committed perjury. We wasn't there that long. You got there at 10:15, 10:20. Soon as I showed you my wedding picture, you asked, what am I? I said, I'm Muslim. You close your computer and walk the hell out. At 12:20, I got downstairs going on 12:38. 12:39, I called Terry Watkins, told him what happened. He couldn't even believe it. Other attorneys I spoke with couldn't believe it. So wait a minute, it goes 6 to 7 hours. That is not she just did not want to do it with you because of your nationality. I said, yeah. Because what did she do? And I explained it to him. I'm Muslim, yeah. So what? Closed the computer, walked out the door. Literally closed her computer and walked out the door. And my phone was on, and you could hear the conversation of what she was doing. So don't tell me no shit. What you saying in here is all lies. There was never no reports filed. But I got copies of the reports. You lied. You lied on that. And Terry wanted to know, and this other attorney wanted to know, what right do you got to even bring up lawsuits? That's the funny thing. That's all she kept talking about. That's all she kept talking about. Is the lawsuits that I filed. That's all she kept talking about. And then the biggest one I filed was the United States Superior Court. And that's on hold because find out that the clerk of the court wasn't bonded or even touching illegal documents. So that was on hold. That was on hold. You know, so what right does she have? Because that has nothing to do with a psych evaluation about lawsuits or money or anything like that. So where was she going with this? But yet she lied on several topics in here where she says, well, there's no police reports or nothing, but police reports were made for domestic violence against me. I don't hit women. I don't hurt children. Yes, the judge that handled my divorce allowed perjury in her fucking court. She's supposed to be removed. It's supposed to be investigated. She allowed perjury, false documents in her court. Everybody in the world knows when something is charged off, they sell it to a collection agency for the same fucking money back, even more. Everybody in their right mind knows that. Everybody else knows what identity theft is. But because she's a woman, it's okay in the state of Minnesota. It's fucking okay. It's fucking okay for a woman to lie on us, falsely accuse us. Again, false reports. False fucking report by this Dr. Stephanie Bruss, whatever the fuck her last name is. False report. False report. There's no history of Mr. Melillo, blase. No history. Records confirm a divorce. Records confirm a divorce. Does not have any children. He said he is divorced. Court records confirm a divorce. Plaintiff, the petitioner filed in the court in June 2020. And the divorce was finalized in December. No, it was not finalized in December 2020. It was finalized in April 26, 2021. April 26, 2021. It was finalized. April 26, 2021. Not December 2020. It was in April 26, 2021. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay? Mr. Miller stated he does not drink or use alcohol. Never did, never will. That's what I told you. Other than that, everything else was coming from court documents that she has. It doesn't make no sense what she puts in here, dude. It doesn't make no sense. She's going by records that doesn't even fucking, that I got evidence that things were filed. You know, this is how crooked and corrupt. This is why the federal court and John R. Adams ruled no judge, no prosecutor, no one can order a psych evaluation. It's unconstitutional. Look it up. John R. Adams was a federal judge. They tried to remove because he went by the Constitution. He believed in the Constitution. Okay? And 2021, they ruled no one can force anyone to take a psych evaluation. It's a violation of the 14th Amendment, 15th Amendment, 6th Amendment. Violation of their constitutional rights. It's unconstitutional. Unconstitutional. I even told the attorney, public defender, no, it ain't. Motherfucker, you that stupid, man. You're supposed to know the law. You know? You're supposed to know I'll represent myself. You know? That's just what the fuck I'm going to do. This person here will be subpoenaed. She will be put on the witness stand, and she has to explain on record, why did you lie on your report? Why did you say in your report that there's no records filed or any evidence of any domestic abuse on Mr. Melillo? Records were filed. Records were filed. Police reports were filed. Because she's Korean and she's a woman, they don't do nothing to the women in Faribault, Minnesota. The only thing they do is lock the guys up or husbands up, and then they go take your girls out or wives out and start sleeping with them. That's all they do. That's what they do in Minnesota, in Faribault, Minnesota. That's all they do. That's all they do. That whole sheriff's department need to be shut down, put into a fucking parking lot. That's all they do out there. They crooks. You know, they fucking crooks. There was a house, we had a house on Willow Street. I never realized the address was 911. That never came to my mind. We used to see them pull people over all the time and take their beer and shit, put it in their car and then drive off. We see that all the time. They kept coming in the driveway, they broke the cement. So I filed a lawsuit against them. I filed a lawsuit against the city of Faribault. Fix the cement. You had no right to have your police cars pull up in my driveway, stopping people and taking their beer. Then there was this one Faribault police officer that beat his wife right in the parking lot of a Walmart. Beat her down like she was a dog. Nothing happened to him. So don't come up with this bullshit that you just did. You committed fraud. You lied. You fucking lied. And medical records, this right here, this can't even go in the courts because you lied. You lied. Violation of my privacy too. You lied. You lied. That's what you did. You lied. You lied. And the judge got to go by what the federal courts ruled. Unconstitutional for any examination, psych examination on anyone. Unconstitutional, and it is void. This Dr. Stephanie lied. She lied. This Dr. Stephanie, that's a psych doctor, she lied. She lied. As soon as I said I was Muslim, she was gone. She ran her ass out of that office. She literally ran her ass out of that office. I immediately called Terry Watkins, told him what happened. And he goes, what happened? Calm down. Tell me what happened. I told him what happened. I said, look, I got there. She got there late. Even the lady called me and said she's running late. Okay. That's supposed to be at 10 o'clock. Okay. The judge ordered at 10 o'clock. They scheduled it at 10. I said, yeah, but they called me saying she's running late. Okay. So she already violated the court order. I said, yeah. which you don't really have to do it now because she's late. I said, right. But he threatened me with jail, which is against the law for any judge to threaten anybody, any fucking body. Okay. And so then when she got there, I'm just looking out the window, watching the squirrels running back and forth and stuff. I'm in pain. My head hurts. My leg hurts. I got finished taking some extra strength Tylenol, for the pain and stuff. And she comes in and she introduced herself. I refuse to shake her hand. I don't believe in that. I don't shake people's hands. He says, yeah, you don't. You never shook my hand. Thank you. I don't shake people's hands. Okay. I never did, never will. I don't shake people's hands. All right. And so then we started talking and I asked her, what do you want to know? And she says, have a seat. I can't because of my leg. It's hurting real bad. I cannot sit down too much longer. I can't. I got to stand. I can't sit. Got to stand. She didn't respect that. She asked me twice to sit down. I said, I cannot sit down. Don't you understand? I got a metal leg on. I cannot sit down. It hurts. I cannot sit down. Okay. So I stood, talked. What do you want to know? Want to know about my what? Where I was born? She asked me that. I told her where I was born, everything else. Where I was raised, everything else. Blase, 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 blase. How was your marriage? Marriage? Got fucked by my marriage. Ever since we stopped hanging out with these individuals, they used to live down the street from us. And then all of a sudden, she's my so-called friend, which friends you should never use because friends are backstabbers, so-called friend, divorced this woman and contacted my ex-wife to file a document while she was going through a divorce saying that he abused her, but he never did. She was always the abusive person. She used to go to the shotgun firing range and stuff, and she used to talk every time how she could kill him and all of this and get away with it every time she was mad because his kids, mind you, his kids did not respect her. His kids don't got no right to respect her because she moved in on their dad, and that's the way kids are. If you can't respect that, then get the hell out. That's what we talked about. Then talked about my marriage. This is why I divorced my wife. Okay. This is why I divorced my wife. She cheated. She never told me this. She never told me that. Find it all out when she got sick. And I said, you know what? Best thing to do is get you better. We discuss everything later. Everything was okay, until this person comes back into our lives. She tells my wife all this shit that you can put a restraining order out on him, like she has done to plenty of people before. And so you can clean out the bank account. And she went with everything that this bitch told her to do, And here's a picture of my wife. Everything. Oh, before that, no, it came out later. It goes like this here. It goes, so that was that. I filed a divorce and everything else. I didn't want to be married no more because of her cheating, her lying, and she tried to kill me twice. Okay? She tried to kill me twice. Nothing happened to this bitch. I'm hot. I'm mad. And that's what my exact words was. Nothing happened to this bitch. She never not once got locked up for trying to kill me when there's laws. And that's another thing I said. When there's laws in Minnesota and in California that says anybody with STD or AIDS do not inform their partners about this, they go to jail. She's supposed to be in jail. She never told me this. The hospital did when she got sick. So I never knew about this. All right. And so then all of a sudden, I said again, I've seen you somewhere before. I can't remember where, but it'll come in faces. I never forget. I never forget faces. Names, always forget. Faces, never forget. So then it hit me after the conversation. And then we go to this one thing like this here. Oh, I just want you to do these numbers. I'm going to give you 4 numbers. I want you to say them the way I give them to you. And then I want you to repeat them back. Okay. So let's say 1, 2, no, let's say 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay. She gave me another set of numbers. Then she gave me another set, did all of that. And she gave me the 4th time. And she said it so fast, I couldn't even hear her, And so then all of a sudden, I said, now I remember where I know you from. So the number stopped, right? Then it hit me where I knew her from. I saw a picture of her, my wife, with some guys. My ex-wife was with this tall guy, some party or something like that, you know. This is way before I met my wife. I don't give a fuck about all that, right? So then I showed the picture of me and my wife, our wedding picture. Are you Muslim? Yes, I'm Muslim. Slammed the computer, walked out the door. That was the last thing I said. Seen that doctor. That was at 12. Let's give it 12:20. I got downstairs, waited for the elevator. Let's say 12:25. Wait for the elevator. 12:39. I immediately text Terry Watkins, told him what happened and everything. So I was. So it takes a while for the text message to get there. So let's get the benefit of the doubt about 12:30. That's when it ended. 12:30. 12:30. 12:30. That's when it ended. 12:30. No, it ended at 12:10, 12:15. I got downstairs. 12:20 it ended. I got downstairs. I text Terry at 12:39. You know, got it on my phone. 12:39. Called Terry. Told him what happened. He couldn't believe it. And he's an attorney. He said, what? He said, they always take 6 to 7 hours. So I called this other attorney. And I asked the attorney, what is the explanation for a psych evaluation? What happened in court? I told him what happened. The judge don't want you to represent yourself. They're coming up with all of that bullshit rules that they try to pass over everybody, but it's also in violation of your constitutional right. What you have to do is you have to appeal that and everything, and then it's going to come back down. You're going to win your appeal because with that judge, that judge has to follow all state rulings, from federal rulings to Superior Court rulings. Well, that judge opened himself up a big investigation and could be removed. All judges now are being removed for abuse of power and everything else, and retaliation and bias. So we're talking about that. So I explained everything to this other attorney, what happened and stuff. And the other attorney said, wait a minute. What time did you get there? Got upstairs got there at 10 o'clock, got upstairs, and I turned around.
Terry Watkins.
Hold up, this is Terry. Hey, Terry.
Hey, you got the report?
Man, this report is fucked up.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Can you get a
It
copy?
can't be that long.
Oh, dude, it's pages and page one. I didn't even see this person that way. And then she's talking about stuff that I didn't even talk to her about.
Wait a second. You were there with the doctor for less than an hour and 45 minutes, right?
That's right. Got there at 10 o'clock,
Okay.
got in the room at 10:10. She walked in at 10:15, like I told you before. Finished up at 12:20. I text you and message you at exactly.
I was going to say, I know that for a fact because you sent me a thing somewhere around 12:15 or something.
That's right.
I know that.
And it's even on my phone. So where does she get all of these pages from and all of this shit from? I don't know. This Stephanie Bruss, however the hell you pronounce her last name, I don't understand this at all. So she gets everything from police reports, okay? But then she mentions in here about a lawsuit. That has nothing to do with you.
What lawsuit?
That's what I don't understand. And I told you, she asked me about the lawsuit. That has nothing to do with you. Oh, I can pull up anybody's records. The lawsuit has nothing to do with you.
The Pepsi lawsuit? Or
Yes,
the other lawsuit?
the Pepsi lawsuit. That has nothing to do with this lady.
No.
Yeah, and she puts it in her report. Then she puts in there, she doesn't have nothing. She goes in there that I was kind of slurring my speech. No, I wasn't. I've never slurred my speech.
You were slurring, so she's trying to pretend you were drunk?
Right. I don't drink, don't mess with drugs, never did, never will.
No.
You know, but
listen, I know I've never seen you slur your speech. So
thank you.
Don't have to
Nobody's ever seen me slur my speech. Nobody that I know. And then I even told you, I said, what does the lawsuit of Pepsi got to deal with you?
I'm lost on that one.
Everybody's lost on that. Everybody is lost on that.
So is she saying you're crazy, or you're?
I don't know what the fuck she's saying. I don't know what the fuck she's saying. You got to get a copy of this report, dude. This fucking shit is weird, man. You know. And then, oh, this is the funny thing. On one of the pages, she points out that, well, Mr. Melillo said that he was domestic abused, but there's no evidence of domestic abuse from Mr. Melillo on Mr. Melillo. Yes, there is. From the Apple Valley Police Department, from the hospital.
Yeah, but okay. Listen, and I don't want to even get into that because I don't understand what that has to do with what she was doing.
Me neither.
My understanding, she was supposed to do a psychological report, psychiatric report, whatever you want to call it, to see if you should be allowed to defend yourself.
Thank you.
I mean, maybe you explained it wrong, but that was my understanding, that he wasn't going to rule on whether you could fire your attorney until he saw the psych report. So what does all this other shit? Either you're crazy, either you can't understand what you're doing and you got to have an attorney, or you do understand what you're doing enough to defend yourself. What's all this other stuff about?
This all happened, Terry, because I told that judge, y'all some racist motherfuckers, man, and I know what race and hate is. That's what happened, Terry, in the court. That's what happened. And the attorney, Dylan, he just sitting there. Ain't saying a fucking word. Then the judge turned around. Hold up, Terry. Like I told you. Then the judge turned around and asked the prosecutor, do you think a court 2120 should do it? He goes, oh, yeah. That was it. All because I said I'm representing myself and y'all some racist motherfuckers. This judge did this out of retaliation and hate.
Yeah, but it had to be, listen, the only basis for doing it. I wasn't there, so I can't say anything.
Right, you can't say nothing about basis. There was no legal basis, none whatsoever.
No. If the only basis would have been you wanted to defend yourself, and
yes,
you thought you were too crazy to defend yourself. Okay, so the judge then orders. He says, "Okay, I want to get this examination," because he never listen. Keep in mind the key here is he never ruled on your motion. He never told you if you could fire your attorney, which is why this whole thing's so crazy. Your attorney's still your attorney. So that would have followed that. Okay, no, I'm not going to answer you right now. I'm going to order a Rule 20 evaluation. Now, the Rule 20 evaluation, at least I thought, was going to be whether you had enough comprehension of this case and reality itself to defend yourself, because the judge has to make sure that you understand what's going on before he does it.
Check this out. Hold up, Terry. I just found it. It is my opinion that Mr. Melillo has a original disorderly for the brain. Bitch, what you talking about? Yeah, that's what she puts in here. I just saw this on the back page. I'm gonna text this to you. How do I take a picture of this? And all she puts in here is and is disorderly posed as something childhood of risk of harm at his time, given my oh my God, this bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy.
What does she know about your childhood? Nothing.
She don't know shit about my child. See, this is what I'm saying. She asked me what I'm saying. I got put on fire when I was a child. End of conversation. That has nothing to do with nothing. She did not ask me a fucking thing. All we kept talking about was the lawsuit. I just seen this.
Well, I'm a little lost here.
I'm fucking lost here too. I'm going to take a picture of this right here, Terry. I am fucking lost too. I am fucking really lost. I just happened to see this in the back of this fucking doctor's report.
Okay, but you have
I'm texting. I'm sending this to you.
45 minutes. I guess I don't understand what the hell's going on here.
Me neither, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't sound like they're going to let you defend yourself.
They ain't got no right. Charles Manson defended himself.
How'd that go?
Regardless, though, what this lady did was just lied on legal documents and stuff. Is what she just did. What she just did, she just fucking lied, dude. I'm fucking tired of Minnesota. I hate Minnesota. I'm telling you, Terry, I hate Minnesota, man. I fucking hate Minnesota with passion, dude. They're all fucking liars out here.
Well, it sounds like you got a mess to me. I don't know.
It don't make no sense for this lady to lie like that. I just sent it to you, Terry. That's the back page. Now, mind you.
I know she's lying.
Yeah, you know that, and I know that. Now, mind you, I've known you for years. For years. Know my doctor for years. Know my dentist for years. And you come out and you say some shit like that? Did you see what I just sent you?
Okay, I'm gonna look at it. Hold on. You text it?
Yeah, well, I just saw, yeah. Yeah, I just sent it to you. I took a picture of it and sent it to you. I don't understand this at all. That's part I don't understand.
As alleged, what the hell is that listed?
Now, she's supposed to got all of this right here. This is the funny thing. She didn't come into the office until 12:15. I mean, from 10.
Oh my God. Hey, listen. Okay. Look, I'm not a psychologist, Keith. I don't want to pretend to him. Look, I think you're one strange person. I've met a lot of strange people. I personally don't think you should be committed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't. I guess I'm a little.
You see how
I guess I'm a little shocked by her.
Everybody is shocked. They go, where's she getting this from? That's the problem. Because, Terry, I told them they racist. That's what I said. That's what I said, Terry. They are some racist motherfuckers. Okay? Everybody I know. I'm weird because I don't drink. I don't mess with drugs. I don't hit women.
Yeah, but so what?
That's what I'm saying. That's what that's why everybody just don't like me, because I'm Muslim, because that's what the fuck she did. As soon as I showed her my wedding picture, she asked me, you Muslim? Yes, I'm Muslim. She ran out of the fucking door. I called you and I told you that.
Yeah, I know, but see, this is what's look, Keith. Let's just bring this down a few notches, okay? First of all, I have known you for 11 years.
Yes.
12 years, right?
Longer.
Okay. So that's just a fact of life, okay? Now, in fact, I think I have known you slightly longer.
Yeah, longer. Yeah.
Now, look, okay. You sometimes get crazy. You sometimes pop off. You do this. You do that. Do I think you should be committed? I mean, honest to God, that's a question I never even would have thought of. I'm not worried that you hurt anybody or did anything. This whole thing, I don't think you meant to threaten or hurt a judge. So that's another thing that tends to bug me here. But I don't, you know. And so I guess I'm a little surprised where this thing seems to be going.
Yes.
You probably, I told you, you acted, look, you were wrong to do the crazy shit you did. I don't mean wrong legally. I mean just from a community basis of norms. You shouldn't have been saying that shit about the judge, and you shouldn't have got rid of all these fucking judges. You know that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion, right? But yet, you know, when a person,
I don't think you should be committed. I don't think this case should have went forward. Yes,
no,
and you know, so this is where this gets strange to me. Me, okay. I've known you a long time. I don't think you should be living in that house. I don't think you pose a threat to anyone that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a problem. Listen,
dude, we was renting your house out
all the time.
Yeah, we was renting. Everybody goes off. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you are. You got the right to speak your mind, but then you're gonna turn around and
listen to me. Hold on here. I never heard you and Margaret get into a screaming contest.
Never.
I never heard you and Margaret beat the shit out of each other.
Never.
There were times I was there till 11 or 12 o'clock at night.
Yep. And we didn't even know you were still in your office. Never.
Yeah,
I treated her.
I never heard an altercation.
Never.
I never heard any of that shit. I guess the whole thing. Listen, I don't think you should have went crazy on the YouTube video, but I think this whole thing is getting really blown in some weird way right now.
Yeah, it is getting blown in some in not only just in a weird way, but a stupid way.
By the way,
you know.
By the way,
yeah,
this really does pose one hell of a problem for us in the Pepsi suit. Not that matters right now.
Yeah, but there's another thing. Why was she so important about the Pepsi suit?
Well, and the problem I've got is, okay, so what's the judge is going to tell me? Hey, you should have known he was crazy and he's coming up with crazy things. And he was probably sick for 5 days. He wasn't sick for 2.5 years. He wasn't nauseous. It wasn't still bugging him. You know what? Here's the problem I got with that. I have no reason to not believe what the hell you told me. There's nothing that you've done, at least to me, that says is it possible you exaggerate? Is it possible you just found any other? Yes, Keith, it is. But do I think you ever lied to me? I really don't. See,
I don't lie to nobody, Terry.
I'm stupid. But this whole shit, this whole case, Betsy, I think she did Betsy a big favor, if you want to observe, because our case hinges on two things. One, you can have an extended allergic reaction to black mold. I think that's
which I did,
but it definitely happens, right? Okay.
Yeah. The
second thing it hinges on that extended allergic reaction can happen when you ingest it orally instead of through the air.
Right. But,
okay. Hold on. Okay. My point is, both of those things I think are rarities. That doesn't mean they didn't exist. The black mold does exist, but now here's the problem we got. Now we need Margaret more than ever if this thing goes to trial.
Yep. But I don't understand is what right.
That's what pisses me off.
Right. What right?
Pisses me off.
But you see, this is another thing. What right? She had no legal right to talk about no lawsuits. That is not in that.
Listen, I'm a little more beyond that. I'm not sure she's. Look, I can't. I don't know what she had a right to do as a doctor, but I guess I'm a little surprised. I wouldn't have thought that. She's suggesting that you need a full-blown evaluation to find out if you're nuts.
Only person in the world, because this woman white, and I told her, you look like somebody I've seen before. And I told you that before, Terry. I said, I've seen pictures of her when she was with Margaret before. There was at some party or something way before I met Margaret. You know, faces I never forget, you know. And when I told her, yes, I told the judge she was racist. What I said on the internet, I didn't threaten nobody. I got the right to say I'm coming after you. What the law says I got the right and the constitutional right says I got the right to do.
Yeah,
I got that constitutional right. And they blowing all of this shit. They blowing all of this. No, hold up, Terry. They blowing all of this shit.
You got to keep in mind this. Hold on, you're missing it. None of that matters right now.
I know. But what matters now is that this lady just did. This lady.
You're missing the point, Keith.
The point is this, Terry. She just wrote a phony report.
Keith, you're missing. You got to listen for a second, okay? Here's the only thing that matters. One, did the judge have the right to order a psych exam? And I've told you this before. He clearly did. Second, the psych exam is suggesting that you're crazy. So that whole fucking case you got means damn little compared to what just happened.
First of all, under John...
She spends an hour and 45 minutes and she's suggesting that maybe you need to be living in a mental ward. I'm not sure, but maybe. This court needs to just back off and find out. Basically, that paragraph you said I don't have enough evidence right now, but we may have to do a pre-petition investigation to find out if he should be committed.
And under John, under federal judge John Adams ruled, no judge is allowed. You better look this case up too, Terry. No judge or court is allowed to order anyone to take a psych evaluation under John R. Adams. He was a federal judge. They tried to do that to him to remove him as a judge because he was fighting for the constitutional rights. Look up that case before you even say anything, Terry. Look up that case. This judge violated its unconstitution.
Listen, Chief, I know you have to keep doing that. Listen, I'll look up that case, but I will tell you that there is no truth to what you just said. Your attorney has a right to have you evaluated. The prosecutor has a right to. Bullshit.
They don't, Terry. Look up the case. Don't even speak about it. Just look up the case, Terry. Look up the case. But what I'm saying is, how the hell can this person get all of this from an hour and 45-minute interview?
No, that's the only thing. Instead of coming to conclusions about constitutional law, what you need to be doing is just what you said, just right there, Keith. Because that is the whole point right now.
Right, that's the whole point right now. How is this person going to come up there? And then she ran out when she said, "Are you Muslim?" "Yeah, I'm Muslim." And she ended everything.
Yeah, but you want to know what? You got no proof of any of that.
Yes, I do. I told you I had it on recording.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not supposed to. That's right. You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I had it on recording, man. She goes, so I show her I said, "This is where I think I know you from. You used to be a friend with my ex-wife." And I showed my wedding picture. And she asked, "Why do you carry that?" Because I was proud of that. I was the happiest man in the world to be married. That was the first time I ever got married. That was the first time I ever got married until she started hanging out with her ex-wife.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that feeling.
Right. You know? Right. And so then all of a sudden, "Oh, you Muslim?" "Yeah, I'm Muslim." That's when everything stopped. Everything stopped.
Okay.
She closed the computer and she says, "It's over." And then that's when I called you and then I text you.
Yeah, I did. And you did. I know that. Listen, that's the thing I said. The first thing I said is, is this a lunch break or something?
She ended it.
First thing I said was, "How in the hell?" And you said, "No, I'm done." I said, "How should you be done?" And I thought you started at 9 o'clock, and I was surprised that you were done. No,
it started at 10. I was put in the room at 10:05. 10:15, she walks in, 10:20, she comes because the lady calls me and says she's running late. So she comes, and then all of a sudden it was over at 12:20, 12:25. I got downstairs at 12:30, 12:37, 12:30, let's say, and I text you at 12:39 because I was in the car when I texted you at 12:39. It's over. She, and I told you everything what happened. Went through numbers. She read off these numbers and told me to read them back. And when it got to the fourth number, she did it so fast. I said, "Repeat," because I can't hear it that good in my right ear, And I'm leaning in, trying to figure out what she was saying with my other ear. My head turned so I could hear the numbers. you know, and then she said them, and I said, well, I don't remember that numbers. I remember such and such and such. That was it. She stopped that. And then all of a sudden, she talked about my marriage again. And all of a sudden we talked about marriage again. And then all of a sudden after that, it was more about the lawsuit. That's all it was basically.
You didn't say anything crazy in these meetings, did you?
What?
You didn't say anything crazy, did you?
No. And then it was basically talked about the lawsuit that was filed. And I asked the question, what do you know about that? That's none of your business. That has nothing to do with this here. You know?
I'm lost. Keith, I'll be honest with you. I'm lost.
So is this other attorney. This other attorney I was talking to, she's even lost. She goes, that has nothing to do with no psych evaluation, lawsuits, or anything like that. So where was she going with this?
What attorney are you talking to?
Her name is Pam out of California.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Keith.
She's a friend of mine. She's a friend of ours. But anyway,
I think I might keep California attorneys out of this.
You know, but anyway, whatever, Terry. But anyway, she's like, well, what, you know, and it's the same thing you said, you know, where is that part coming from? That has nothing to do with a psych evaluation or lawsuit.
Well, listen, I'm not going to say that there was no reason to question it. There may have been reason. If you guys had had a conversation, it got real weird, and she was, you know, trying to find out, you know, your chain of thought.
No,
it doesn't sound like
she brought it up.
What happened at all?
Terry, she brought it up.
Keith, that's my point. If she brought it up, I don't understand that.
Right, she brought it up. Now, the first thing I told you, and I'm like, well, what does that got to do with this here? You know, well, I can pull up all records on everybody. And in my mind, I'm saying, now that's some dirty shit. If she could pull up people's records, that is some dirty shit.
Well, no, she's allowed to pull up records to put on but what is the point?
That's what I don't understand. I don't understand that whatsoever. What is the point for you to bring up a lawsuit that is under whatever? You have no right to bring that up in no conversation. You have no right to say, well, I want to know more about this lawsuit.
I guess it's weird. You know, I guess it's weird. Look, the big thing for me, Keith, was I've been through this, I don't know, I told you 4 or 5 times, right? And when I went through it, the clients were there for a lot longer than you were.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 6 to 7 hours.
Day, right? Yeah, and so when you told me, you know, look, I know you were only there an hour and 45 minutes or so, based on you calling me and telling me that before we knew anything, right? We didn't know anything. There was no reason for you to tell me that.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, damn straight. I don't have a clue, man.
Me neither. I don't even know where this hell she gets this bullshit from, man. You know, and then she says in the report that she pulls up records, you know, and it says in here that Mr. Miller, this is what really upset me more than anything when I'm reading in this report. Okay, she claims that I allegated a statement of domestic abuse. Okay, that my wife done on me. Okay. But Mr. Melillo never filed a report or anything of domestic abuse. I got copies of the reports that was filed. I got copies of the police report that was filed in Apple Valley, and they sent it to the sheriff's department in Faribault, Minnesota. Got the doctor's reports, the medical reports. That's why when I went through the divorce, that's why I specifically said I want all those medical bills paid, because I went through all of that pain and suffering because she has HIV stage 3. They had to do all of this shit to me. That was the most important thing in anything, was for her to take care of those medical bills. Okay, and I don't even understand this. You know, this report that she did doesn't make no sense. But one thing,
Keith, first of all, if I'm doing evaluation on you, you were in a domestic abuse, right? Where you claimed that she was abusing you, and she claimed that you were abusing her. That's not abnormal. That happens all the time.
Thank you.
So I'm lost on that one too. I don't, you know, I can't help you much on this because I don't have because I don't understand it.
Oh no! And then she got in here about then she got in here a long thing about the company, about the lawsuit. Why are you putting that in there? I don't. There's no way on God's green earth.
Wait a minute. She talks about the lawsuit in the report?
Yes. She talks about the lawsuit in the report.
Oh, fuck.
In the fucking report. And not only that, Terry, she has no right to do that. There's no court in the United States that can say that she got the right to put that in a report.
Keith, that's not a problem right now. Okay. If you need to get a copy of the report to me so I can see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. I'll take a picture of the whole damn report and send it to your phone.
All right.
It's about let me see.
How many pages?
How many pages? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 11 pages. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pages. 10, 11.
11 pages.
11 pages, and only there for less than an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah. Hello.
She doesn't say nothing.
I'm going to send you everything. I'm going to take a picture and send you everything.
Okay, all right, why don't you just send it to me? Yeah, I'm a little upset about the, I don't understand how you got here, Keith. I just don't understand it.
I don't understand it neither.
Fuck.
The only way that I see it is by corruption.
No, it's not corruption. You wouldn't have asked to change the attorney. You wouldn't have asked to represent yourself if you knew this was going to happen.
Yeah, I told the judge I'm representing myself, but by the constitutional rights, I got a right to do.
You wouldn't have said that if you knew this is what was going to happen.
Oh, no.
No, because this ain't worth it.
This ain't worth it, you know. But she filed a bogus report, dude. I mean, I still don't understand. Why does she even talk about? Is she working for that company?
Keith, there's no sense in asking me any of these questions about why she did this or that. One, I'm not a psychologist. Two, I wasn't there, and this is really pretty weird. So, I mean, she's suggesting that you need to be living in a mental ward.
And she has no
evidence right now, but she's worried about that.
And she has no evidence of that. That's the funny thing, man. She just lied on her fucking thing.
No, she doesn't say she has no evidence. She said, I don't have sufficient evidence to make that conclusion.
Right. You know?
Yeah, okay.
And she's trying to, but yet we're not supposed to go after doctors like that and file lawsuits and complaints on them. We're not supposed to do that.
You can't file a lawsuit on her. How?
What are you talking about? How she committed? Look. I am so tired of people saying we can't sue people. Constitutional rights says we got the right to sue these people for lying, perjury, and fraud. And this is what this doctor did.
And what do you do? You win in all these lawsuits, Keith. Saying I have the right to do it, and I have the ability to win it are two different things.
Right. You know, but what gets me is that she never 45 hour and from 10:15 to 12:20, 12:25. She gets all of that. That don't make no fucking sense. She gets all of that from 10:15 a.m. to 12:25 p.m. She gets all of that. And then she ends everything. Oh, you Muslim? Yes, I'm Muslim. And she ends everything.
No, okay. And then I have no idea what the hell is going on in that room. That much I can tell you. I mean, come on. This is. So when are you in court again?
The 8th.
Well, that's next week, you know.
Yeah, that's next week.
Oh.
I'm just making copies of the recording so my buddy can have it in case anything happens to me, and he can present that to the medical board of psychiatrists. because he's a doctor, and I know him very, very well. And he like, when I sent him copies of this, he like, where's this person coming from with this shit? You know, and I'm listening to what he's saying because he's a licensed shrink in California.
Okay, but there's a difference.
There isn't no difference. They all got to go by the same laws of states.
No, I know that, Keith. What you're missing is he wasn't at the thing.
Right, and I explained to him before, when I got off the phone with you, I called him up and I told him what happened. And he couldn't believe it. He said, wait a minute, the evaluation is always between 6 to 7 hours. There's no ifs and no buts. Now, you even text me that you got in the room at 10:10 on 10/12/2023. Yes, got in the room at 10:10. The clerk came up from behind the desk. She took me to the room, got in there at 10:10. Got a call before 10:15 that the doctor is late on the way. That's her biggest mistake, he said, straight out. Then all of a sudden she came in the room at 10:15. She put her hand out there for me to shake it. I don't shake people's hand. Yeah, I know that. You don't shake nobody's hand. Right. Okay. Then what happened? Asked me where was I born? Where was I raised? Told everything. What happened when I was a kid? I got put on fire with these guys with white sheets on their head. They were Klansmen. Bam, 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 bam. Talked about that for a little bit. That was it. Talked about ex-wife. That was it. Had me do these numbers 4 different times. That was it.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay,
then
okay.
all of a sudden, hold up, Terry. All of that is on recording. Then all of a sudden, when I told her I recognized her from somewhere, from my wife's pictures, when whatever y'all must have went to school together, blah, 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 I pulled out my wife's picture. And then, oh, no, before that, she talked more about the lawsuit. That's what she talked more about, the lawsuit, which I couldn't understand that.
Yeah, okay, but listen to me. All right. Now, you've talked to me about this meeting 4 times, okay?
No, I'm telling you what
Hold on.
I'm telling the doctor that I know in California, because this was being recorded. Everything was being recorded.
4 times. It's always, hold on. All I was going to say is it's not 4 different stories. It's always the same story in the same order.
Yep.
Now, I have no way of knowing that really happened in the room.
That's what happened.
I do know that every time, I believe you, Keith, but I'm not a judge. I'm not any of that. But every time you told me the story, as crazy as the story is, you always tell me the same thing.
Yep.
Right?
And that's what happened.
So either that's how it went down, and this is weird,
yep,
or you're crazy.
Yep. And
she's right.
And that's what happened. That's what happened.
Keith, I believe you.
And you see, let me hang up, Terry, because I'm gonna send you the copy of this here, because it says what I said is right here in their reports. That's a funny thing.
All right.
And she also brings up the lawsuit in this report, which really shocked me.
That's weird.
She has no right, you know. But whatever. I'm not gonna go through all of this bullshit. I'm gonna write a letter to the board of psych. You know, send them a letter. What right does she got to go through lawsuits? I never knew a doctor can do that.
Okay.
Only in Minnesota, doctors allowed to go through lawsuits and discuss lawsuits?
Well, this has got nothing to do with, most psychiatric realities are, they're pretty standard across the, when you start talking about what the rights are of this and that, they're pretty much the same. But as far as what she's allowed to do or what she's not allowed to do, I wouldn't know that. So I wouldn't even pretend to know it. And I don't know if she did anything that's unethical. I haven't a clue on any of that. But the report certainly, look, you understand that when a person gives a report, you have a right to confront it in court.
Yep. And what's so funny is, hold up, Cherry. I just found on page 6 of 11, she puts in everything that was said on YouTube. That's what she puts in her report.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, there's nothing wrong with that.
She's saying this is the allegation. That's the reason.
Right.
Okay.
Right, there's nothing wrong with that, There's nothing wrong with that.
But you can. What I'm saying is, you can put the person on the stand.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can put her on the stand.
And what, you can't badger them, so, but they have to explain in rational, scientific, industry language what she did, what she was trying to find out,
Mm-hmm.
and what evidence and what responses you gave that got her to this point. You're probably not going to go through that on November 8th, but I don't know how you guys aren't going to run into a problem now, because now she's basically telling the judge, unless I'm reading this wrong, hey, look, I think there could be a very serious problem here, but I don't have enough evidence, so we got to go full blow on this guy to make sure that he's not a danger to himself and he's not a danger to someone else, right? She's really saying, I'm worried about him, but I don't have enough evidence to give you a full conclusion, right? Okay, if that's the case, I don't think the judge, he can't stop it here, I don't think, because whatever he ordered her to do, maybe she did exactly what he ordered her to do, but in any case, this report doesn't end it. This report means the judge will have to do something else. You guys are going to fight over her findings.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to order a much more thorough evaluation, to be honest with you, I assume. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I would expect.
But for what, though? I got the right to represent myself. I got the right to call them racist. Okay, she just lost her appeal in Minnesota.
It's got nothing to do with those things.
Terry, if you listen very carefully, that's why he did this. That's why the judge did it.
No,
Get
he did
copies.
because you wanted to fire your attorney, and he doesn't think that you are capable of defending yourself.
But I am. I've been capable of defending myself all my life.
I'm not saying you're not. He needed to know. He has a right to find that out. He has a right to stop the proceedings, find out if you're capable, competent to handle your own, and then you come back to court and he says, hey, listen, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to let you be your own attorney, or I'm not going to let you be your own attorney, in which case you file an objection, you have a full-blown hearing on whether you can be your own attorney. That's what this is about. However, I don't think her report lets him do anything. I don't think her report gets to a point to where it says you can't defend yourself because you're too crazy. And it doesn't say that you can because you're not that crazy, right? So I don't think this report ends this whole thing. I think this report, or at least the last page, I haven't read the report, you know that. But right now, this report, I don't think is giving the judge what he wanted. He wanted her to say, hey, he's competent enough to understand the court and go forward. Or you should not allow him to have an attorney, to fire his attorney because he's not rational. That's what the judge, I think, wanted. He wanted an answer to that question.
Yeah.
This report does not answer that question. So this is not over by any.
Oh no, it's not over by far, you know.
No,
but
not even close.
It's not even. You're right. It's not even close. But this is my main point, though, Terry. Why would you lie? That's what I don't understand. Why would you say all of this when what you're saying did not happen in the interview?
It's a whole different question. It's a whole different question.
You know,
that judge is not going to ask that question.
You know, we wasn't even there, but not even close to 2 hours. This is what's so weird. And then you're saying you're getting everything from records, but yet you putting in there what you want to put in there, you know.
Yeah. Listen, Keith, you would have a right to question this report.
Oh, yes.
Except I don't think that's where this is going, because she seems to be saying, I don't have enough evidence to tell you what I think or what you should do. I don't even think that you get to whether it's a good report. I think it's to where, oh, fuck, if I'm the judge, it's like, Jesus Christ, what am I supposed to do now? Give him another fucking evaluation? Which I think that's what's going to happen, but I don't know that. Because this is not what the judge wanted something simple. Because let's say she had said that you were not competent of understanding the complexities of the law or the charges, okay? If she says that, two things have to happen. One, you sure as hell can't represent yourself. That's number one. And two, your attorney needs to advise the court whether he believes that he can go forward because he has enough communication to understand how to represent you. Okay? That's not what she says. She says maybe that's true, and maybe you're even crazier than that. But she doesn't answer what the judge wants to know. So this thing is,
this shit went crazy, man.
I don't think much can happen on November 8th except the judge saying, well, Jesus Christ, this doesn't do what I wanted. This doesn't tell me, should I let Mr. Melillo represent himself? Because if he lets you represent yourself,
yep,
when you don't